Hey y'all, this episode is being brought to you guys by Royal Oils. Nobody should have to choose between having a healthy scalp and moisturized hair. We all use products that were good for our scalp and dried our hair, but then when you switch, you got something that keeps your hair looking good but fries your scalp. It's always imbalanced and it's a nightmare.
Yes, it is. Royal Oils let me try out the entire line and I love it so much. It is keeping my hair like literally just sustained during quarantine because Lord knows I am very, very unable. So thank you so much, Royal Oils, for helping to keep me in line while I am stuck at home. Royal Oils helps men and women to keep that scalp clean and flake free. So please try it out for yourself. You will not regret it. Pick yours up today at Walmart stores or at walmart.com. All right, let's move on.
Turn your great ideas into realities with Squarespace, where you can launch a passion project or any kind of idea online with ease. They've got tons of different templates so your website can stand out and look all jazzy and stuff. And if you get confused at any point and need some help, their award-winning customer support is available 24/7. So go to squarespace.com/read for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, use the offer code READ to save 10% off of your first purchase of a website or a domain. Let them know we sent you. Let's continue.
The expert journalism on Apple News Plus is now easier than ever to enjoy because now you can read and listen to popular magazines and newspapers anytime, anywhere on your iPhone with audio stories. They're curated by top editors and you can hear the week's most thought-provoking articles out loud from Vanity Fair, People, Time, and more. So tune in while you're out exercising, on your run, or just in the car, at the park, wherever you may be. Start your free 1-month trial of Apple News Plus today inside the Apple News app. That applies to new subscribers only. Terms do apply, but check it out. Okay, let's get the show started.
Well, all right, niggas and friends and niggas as well. Thank you for joining us once again here on this podcast. I'm Patrice O'Neill.
And I am Jo Marie Payton. Welcome back to The Read.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for joining us once again. Same old shit.
Correct.
You know, this year sucks, but here we are. Anyhow.
All that.
I think it's RNC week as well, so loads of laughs incoming, for sure.
I won't be looking at that.
You know, I won't either.
No.
But at this point, I'm just like wildly cackling like a mad person at the ceiling when I watch these clips, specifically from President Clementine and all of his cohorts and all the foolish things that they say, because we're screwed either way it goes, honestly. So might as well just laugh at how ridiculous Americans are.
You're not wrong. So,
but anyhow, Black Excellence this week is going out to a beautiful couple in Bruton, Alabama. Freddie and Lisa Thomas McMillan are the owners of a restaurant called Drexel and Honeybees. And this is a soul food restaurant in Alabama that is basically pay what you can. They've opened up their restaurant to the community where you can pay pretty much anything that you can, even if it's just a thank you note that you leave up the entrance of the restaurant. They change up their menu every day and have even come up with new sort of procedures and things that they can do to safer serve diners who are coming in due to, you know, the ridiculous virus and things that are going on. But they operate solely off of donations. They plan to keep it that way. I believe Lisa, it says on Because of Them We Can, used to run a food bank. So they're already accustomed to opening their hearts and homes and skillets to the community. So if you know, need a little bit of cornbread or something like that, and, you know, things are hard, you can go on down to Drexel and Honeybees. And even more importantly, you can donate to them via their website, which is drexelandhoneybees.com. Let me spell that out for you. That is a D as well as an REX double L and honeybees.com. Go and show them some love and some support, and break off a couple of dollars if you can. It's going to a good cause.
Oh my God, this is so sweet. Look at the website just to see the picture of the two of them, because they are just the sweetest, like auntie and uncle, or grandma and grandpa, depending on how old you are. And like Brewton, Alabama is not a place I have ever heard of before, but I'm damn sure finna donate to these people right now, because this is just beautiful what they doing. Because I know they feeding stone cold racists and not even turning them away. Like, I know some of them people are hateful and they still feeding them anyway. So, I support God's people.
Listen, and I don't know where Brewton, Alabama is either. I bet you that fried chicken is smacking. I bet them collard greens have, 4 feet in them.
Oh my God.
And,
that's correct.
If I can support in any way, I absolutely will, because I may not be able to taste their ribs or their cobbler for myself, but damn it, it'll make me, it'll put me at ease to know that they're doing it for others who need it.
Yeah.
Even if they are racist and hateful, because you know what? At the end of the day, when you get to those pearly gates,
listen,
it's your story.
Exactly.
It's your story that's coming up.
And God is not going to be mad at you for caring for people. So.
Period. Right.
Yes. Shout out to them. I'm donating right now.
Okay. This week in our pop culture segment, Hot Tops 28 Cheeks Later. First,
all right.
Do you want to make fun of Diamond and Silk or Stacey Dash?
Honestly, I love making fun of all of those coons. So you can just, choose a sellout. I love it.
Okay. Well, Diamond and Silk, apparently their patience for Fox News has run thinner than their eyebrow pencils, and they have now come forward in a book claiming that Fox News is racist because they were let go of Fox News after discussing 5G conspiracies and calling the virus a hoax or whatever, even though they're, white Fox News co-workers such as Fucker Carlson and whatever's the other one, Sean Hannity job. They all said whatever the fuck they wanted to say, and they were permitted to remain on Fox News. And Diamond and Silk say, a little bit fishy. I don't...
No, girls. It actually isn't, because everybody knows that Fox News is terrible.
There it is. There's the truth.
Everybody knows Fox is racist. I also highly doubt that YouTube bootlickers are bringing in more viewers than Tucker Carlson or Sean Hannity. So for y'all to be spreading blatant lies that like the CDC and just science overall can disprove is like, of course they was gonna let y'all lying asses go. Like, it was just a matter of time before the whites that you have been bowing down to turned against you. So, bitch, I don't care. I hope you lose, actually.
Couldn't care.
Yeah.
If it was my 9 to 5.
No.
There's nothing you're gonna do or say to get me to care about any of this.
Period.
I don't give a fuck where you work, where you don't work. And I'm so happy that you and these fucking cigarette scented librarian attire ass outfits, aren't going to be on, any one platform, any platform.
Right.
Good luck in life. And, maybe you'll be a part of the Proud Family reboot, because they definitely look like villains that would have been on the Proud Family. Maybe enemies of Sugar Mama or something to that nature. So maybe you'll have like a Proud Family parody or something in the future. God bless y'all. Your sleeves, your brows, and edges.
Not your sleeves. Yeah, no, fuck these hoes. These are the worst aunties of all time.
Meanwhile, Stacey Dash, apparently her possibly soon-to-be ex-husband, claims that he wants their marriage annulled because he was placed under prayer-like hypnotization. He was hypnotized.
God. Oh, Lord. What?
So, you know what? Never mind.
Because
I don't care.
this don't even sound real. Like, does he?
You can Google it for yourself.
Yeah, no,
if you
that
want
sounds
to.
the
I just
fuck
decided I
crazy.
don't care about that.
All
Yeah.
right.
Anyhow,
I appreciate your executive decision.
Yeah. So Brandy versus Monica. It's official.
It is.
The versus battles via Timbaland and Swizz Beats are still taking place for whatever reason.
That's right.
But here's the ultimate a battle that has already seen Knuckles hit nose bridges. We've already, dealt with fisticuffs between these two.
Correct.
And here we are now in a celebration of life for both of them. Well, they're not dead.
Right.
But, like...
Yes, I know what you meant.
They will apparently be going bar for bar live at Tyler Perry Studios.
Lord. I mean, the fact that it's at Tyler Perry Studios, I don't know why that is as funny as it is.
I wonder if they just pass you a bad wig as soon as you step on the soundstage. Like, as soon as you walk through the doors, if they're just like, here's your poorly prepared lace front and one for you as well.
I mean, which soundstage? Because that nigga got like 40.
Yeah, 30, 40, 50 of them. Yeah. Imagine all of them have like a bad wig person up at the front.
One of them Vivica Fox shake and goes.
Or maybe like, honestly, at the front, you know how they have like the little booth up at the front with security and you've got to show your ID and stuff and check in, say who you're going to meet. That person probably has like a bucket of wigs.
And he just hands one out as a party favor.
Just hand it right through, the driver window of your vehicle.
Your $13.99 out tray unit is right here.
I am so excited about... No, I'm not.
Yeah, you don't give a shit.
Like,
I am actually excited though. Like, my old ass is ready for this. I'm gonna be tuned the fuck in the best of 90s fashion that I can put together in this house, and I am gonna enjoy that next Monday. I think. Yeah, it's like a whole week away.
Yeah, I heard everybody's going into their time capsules and breaking out their mule slides and their best Von Dutch hat.
Yeah.
As well as like, do you remember?
I know exactly what you finna say.
What?
Them fucking black platform sandals with the fucking elastic over the top of them. It was like a Nike slide, but for girls. Yes, I do remember those shoes. Every bitch had them shoes.
Also, see the no-show sock with the two puff balls on the back
bitch.
We will also be bringing those.
Yes. Not just for cheerleaders anymore.
I don't know if they're allowed to actually physically fight one another. I think that it's just going to be music, unfortunately.
I do. Yeah, I do think that.
These have sort of just turned into like let's vibe out and listen to one another's music, right? They're not actually trying to declare a winner, or does the social media just takes it to that level? Because I imagine you niggas are going to argue about this for days, regardless of how Brandy and Monica approach this performance.
Oh, you know it. They already arguing. So yeah, that's definitely going to happen.
Oh, well, yeah, that sounds about right. I don't, know that I have someone I'd put a bet on. Are you team Brand New or team Gunica?
Well, I mean, as far as overall, the thing about Brandy and Monica is that, like, I'm a big fan of both. And I think Brandy has a better natural voice, while Monica has a better ear for nigga tunes that I personally will enjoy. I'm just saying. But I'm also not like such a fan that I'm super deep into either one of their catalogs. So basically, I'm going to be the fan who is like listening for the hits and trying to see which hit is best matched up with the other. Or if it's a song I'm not super familiar with, then, you know, I'm going off the lyrics or the production or whatever. But I'm expecting both of them to play their songs that I can recognize, you know, as a Black girl who was a teenager in the 90s. So I feel like it is actually going to be extremely close. Because both of them have incredible songs. I mean, and it's a reason that we have pit the two of them against each other for so long. Like, there's a reason. So so really, I'm just looking forward to like the back and forth, the competition, that aspect of it. Kind of like, was it Kirk Franklin and Hezekiah Walker? Kind of like that, where it's like, was it Kirk and Hezekiah?
I don't remember.
I'm gonna be deeply shamed if I forgot who that was. But yeah, like, you know, I'm just listening to have a good time, to go back to a certain place and, you know, be 15, 16 again. And that's it. Like, I'm not listening to be like, bitch, fuck you, Monica rules everything, you stupid whore. Right. Brandy is the vocal Bible, you dumb, goofy bitch. Like, I'm not doing none of that. I'm just here to have a good time.
I'm very fascinated by this actually taking place, and I'm assuming they're actually going to be in the same room together.
You know, they probably have COVID tests at the door.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like you said, I'm looking to see, this actually takes place at the time that we would be recording next week.
Does it?
Yeah, it's literally like 8:00 on Monday.
Oh, damn. Okay, maybe I won't watch it.
So who knows? You know, maybe we'll just check it and see if everybody's braids are still intact, and then be like, okay, it's probably fine.
Maybe we can check in while we're recording and just be like, let's just pop right on over. Okay, fun. Let's stick a pin in that.
But you know, I don't know where I'd place my money if I had to. Possibly Gunica, just because I feel like Angel of Mine is a blue shell. Just one of those days is like draw 4.
Yes.
But then you've got like Sitting Up in My Room, and you've got like, I feel like all of the songs the Brandy songs I connect to deeply are from her first album. I know that the girls like the brands or the braids. I don't know what Brandy stands are called.
Please.
The Ishas. The Mitchells?
The Forevers? I really don't know.
Anyway, I feel like most of them typically bring up Full Moon as her... You know,
I'm sorry.
I feel like they usually call Full Moon her like Old Testament.
Oh,
like
girl.
That's
I guess.
Whatever. And either way, it'll be fun. Interesting to see. Speaking of Monica, she apparently had a bit of a back and forth spat with Master P.
Oh no.
P Master, just a few days ago. Master P had someone record him in an outfit I'm assuming Romeo didn't want.
Oh,
but
Lord.
That's not the point.
Oh, Lord.
He expressed his frustration and disappointment with his brother C Murder after Mr. Murder posted a caption on Instagram referring to Monica Denise and Kimberly Kardashian as angels who had been sent into his life to help free him from the icy cold grip of the American justice system. Well, Master P feels, hurt and betrayed because his family has been there for him all of this time.
Oh, Lord.
And they didn't get called angels either. And his late grandmother should be his angel. And him and Monica have been talking for 7 months. Like the pettiest shit. The pettiest shit.
Right.
Ever. So yeah, he did. It was like a 7-8 minute long video where he's airing out his grievances towards his brother, and it's still wrapped up in like, obviously, I love my brother. I'm pissed. This is so like deep nigga hood incarceration tale.
Exactly.
Like this is so like it. Everything about this is so recognizable, unfortunately, but like. It's one of those things that really shouldn't even be on social media, but it's also like, oh, I've heard this story before.
Yeah, Master P is tired of paying everybody's bills.
Pretty much. Like, the doll is over it. And feels like, you know, some people have been ungrateful, and his brother is possibly one of those people. Mm-hmm. Well, Gunica was not having it at all. Gunica Denise said, I believe this is on IG, I have been respectful towards you and you have refused to do the same, she says, adding Master P. You cannot speak on me because you do not know me. I have only conversed with Silk with 2 Ks. Silk the Shocker, that is. That's cool.
Yeah.
It doesn't say that's cool.
Okay.
This matter is between you men, your brothers. Leave me out of this because my efforts have been the same. I didn't see the need to post it. Check the visiting list from the parish to Angola to Hunts, or better yet, ask his children. You responded before you read. I connected him to Kim 7 months ago. He's never not been able to hit me, my brother, my mother, and get what he needs. Focus on his freedom. Okay.
All right.
Master P responded on Instagram with a scanned image from possibly the source 2001. I don't know. But it says, speaking the truth is not being disrespectful. It's just reality. At
shit.
Monica Denise. I don't know you, and I ain't trying to get to know you, just for the record. You stated you have been on C's visiting list since parish. That's over 18 years. And how long have you known Kim K? You just now got your BFF to send out a tweet. I guess better now than ever. Oh, and you've been married twice during that time. So are you his ride or die? So you are his ride or die? You or any other woman don't have to prove y'all loyalty to our family. If y'all agenda is real and it's to help get him out, then do it and stop.
Oh, Lord. Agenda.
Oh, wait, there's way more to this that I'm not going to read. He's not here for Gunica. Gunica, you know, feels the same. Everybody wants C Murder to come home, who should probably change his stage name just now. If this
Listen, I'm just saying.
Something like C Cares or C for Community. Or like C for Coronavirus Cure 2020. Call your like... Possibly en route to justice. Consider that is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Either way, after this, another, I don't know if this is a niece, cousin, grandbaby, somebody else in the Miller family posted an assault of tweets saying that Master P has no room because he hasn't supported the Miller family, and they were selling socks to support C Murder, and he didn't want to pay for Big Mama's $700 dress and some other stuff. And again, much like what I said about the August Alsina Jada Pinkett thing, I feel like I'm at a family cookout and I'm like into this cobbler or whatever, mac and cheese, you know, the greats.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I hear the clanging of a foldable table breaking down in two. And several family members tossing fiddits to the sky, a la Bobby Shmurda, lots and lots of yelling, smartphone recording. It just feels like this is like a random familial spat that I possibly don't need to witness or know about as a +1 or distant cousin. I find it uncomfortable. I find it inappropriate. And I hope that everybody gets the piece that they need.
I mean, I think I was more entertained than anything else just because I kind of love to see niggas fight or argue. I just love it. But, you know, I feel like everybody had their points. Everybody said their truth. And really none of them really explicitly contradicted the other. It was just more like, yeah, what you saying is not that important, or what you saying don't matter more than this. But then also I read that like Monica and C Murder dated when she was like 18 and he was like 27. So it's like, oh, I forgot. I wasn't, I mean, like that was the late 90s, early 2000s. And I looked it up and he's like 9 or 10 years older than her. So I was like, ooh, so this was probably like a very messy and, you know, inappropriate situation from the very beginning. So I don't know that I should even be too emotionally invested in this, you know, like God bless the niggas. Good luck to everybody, rooting for everybody black. But like, I'm not finna get involved in this past like shade room type levels.
All I know is these niggas clearly fight at funerals.
What I could tell is that Master P is very tired of paying niggas bills and paying for their fucking liquor and paying for their fucking Ubers.
He literally said in his video that he's pulling the plug from being the ATM.
Yes.
He referred to himself as the ATM. That nigga is tired of funding, I guess, everybody's issues and like spending however much money on a dress and things of that nature.
And posted a picture. Yeah, posted a picture of the ATM. Like, bitch, the ATM is shut down. It's closed. Yeah. It ain't no more of that. And you know, there's a conversation to be had about what you owe your people and how black people so often, even when we do make money, we don't really get the chance to get ahead because we support everybody we ever knew and whether that's the right thing to do and all that. Like, it's a lot of conversation to be had, but that nigga has been rich and famous for a long time. And so the fact that he's only just now saying, look, I'm done and that's why these hoes is mad, I'm like, I feel like I can understand that. I feel like I can. Like, you have supported your niggas all this time and the money can't be flowing in like it was in the late 90s. So at some point you like, nah, I gotta take care of me, because what I'm not finna do, you know, is go back to Trader Joe's and end up on fucking Snapchat like, oh boy, like, because people are heartless and cruel. So
I'm just like, at the end of the day, sweetie, I didn't come here for this. If anybody has some Reynolds wrap so that I can just pack up my plate and I can go, then that's all that we need to be talking about. This, I don't need to know anything further. You know what I'm saying? Good luck in their efforts to free Corey Miller. And I hope that everybody stays clear of Ayanla. Because she's gonna call. The producers are already on the hotline.
Oh Lord, I'm definitely going home before the streetlights come on. I am not staying past the streetlights.
Definitely. Nobody asked to hear anything from Jaheim. We haven't.
Correct.
Requested his presence, opinion, energy on anything. Yet he decided to come to us via Instagram in a turban with a Twitch background and tell us that we are all being bamboozled, that Trump has done more for the people of this country, specifically black people, than we realize.
Girl. Where it?
He apologized to Donald Trump for all the misinformation since he's been in office. We, the people, have turned our backs on this great man who've been working effortlessly to restore the balance for the republic and didn't even take a bit. Nigga, you're not on Tatooine. What are you talking about? This is not Star Wars, bitch. Right. What world are you in? And then the receipts, I guess, that he told us he was going to post that are, I guess, proof to his allegations, evidence, exhibits, if you will, are just 2 screenshots from the Wikipedia page for the States' Rights Democratic Party. And that's about it. What? So, Jaheim, are you trying to tell us that Democrats were absolutely a part of the fucking Confederacy and didn't want to see civil rights of any kind,
my nigga,
in the 40s or whatever? Because, sweetie, that's not tea. That's not water.
It's like saying, hey, do you know white people right now are fucking KKK and burn crosses on black people's lawns, or just kill them outright, or join the police force so they can kill us and get paid for it? Like, yes, bitch, we know.
Whites that vote blue specifically. Jaheim, this isn't like earth-shattering, time-stopping news that there are white Democrats that are extremely racist or whatever, like racist-ass liberals. Bitch, no, but like that's not, what are you talking about? So this is why you are caping for the Republican Party randomly out of nowhere and coming on here with your hotep-ass antics and talking about how we've all been bamboozled and misinformation. Sweetie, more power.
You know what? I have not had it for Jaheim ever since he got dressed up like somebody's old ass pimp ass uncle and tried to get into Whitney Houston's funeral and couldn't.
I forgot about that.
Bitch, I literally have nothing for the nigga who tried to crash Whitney's funeral and could not get in because who the
dressed like Yu-Gi-Oh. How dare you? Why are you even here? Get out.
The nigga who got memed a trillion times because he was tweeting from like the parking lot, but then also posing and sending up these pictures, and niggas have turned that into a full and complete joke. And like, sir, you have literally been a joke to me since that day. And so this Trump shit, I honestly expect niggas who are grasping at relevancy to do something ridiculous like this, so it doesn't particularly shock me, but I'm not interested. There's so many more people doing this and doing it in a more interesting way. So
that's true.
You're going to have to find something else, girl. It's hoes out here running for office on the coon shit. You're going to have to step it up. Hezekiah Walker is speaking at the Republican National Convention probably right damn now. You're going to have to do better than that. So
yeah, this wasn't even like...
I'm sorry for you.
This wasn't even like peak Republican entertainment.
Yep.
You know, there's just way more psycho, ridiculous, baseless fucking Republicans out here talking shit.
That's right.
This is the best you could do was 2 screenshots from a fucking like a 5th grade student's fucking homework or something. Like, what the fuck?
We don't care.
Bitch, if you don't go somewhere with this.
No, because grown-ups remember you and Whitney's funeral, and we shan't ever forget.
He really dressed like Jerome.
He did. He really...
And was like, I'm just going to go in.
Were the shoes like Blue Gator? Because I feel like they were.
I just remember...
that fucking royal blue suit.
The nerve. You got a lot of fucking nerve.
Just Google Jaheim Whitney funeral.
Please don't.
Just Google it.
This year's been hard enough. You don't need to do that to yourself.
Oh my God. What is this shirt he got on underneath this? What is blue and purple called as a color?
Ugly. No, it's called... It's called Burple. I'm pretty sure it's called Burple.
Well, he has on like this magenta and navy blue button-up shirt with this blurple fucking suit and some black shoes.
What a fucking moron.
Holy shit, I'm so sorry. This nigga look fresh out of Oklahoma.
He looks like the Joker.
God damn. Yeah, see, have not cared since then. I probably laughed exactly that hard when I first saw that.
When I saw this, then I thought, oh, Jaheim's still alive? Like then. Like we're talking about Whitney Houston's funeral.
Right.
That was like the first time in a long time that I had seen or thought about Jaheim.
Yes.
And this is how you come back to us? Sweetheart, don't talk about us and you at all no more.
Right.
Go over there and you and Diamond and Silk figure out wherever your puzzle piece fits in that agenda.
Yeah.
But you're not going to disrespect Whitney Houston's motherfucking funeral and then come up here talking about some, oh my goodness, have you guys, done your junior high school homework? Did you actually know that once upon a time?
No, thank you.
The Dixiecrats existed? Stupid.
We don't expect better out of white people right now. So I just still don't understand what you thought you was doing, but okay.
Trey Songz has been dealing with some scandalous accusations and hashtags this past week. Some IG girls took to a podcast where one of them accused Trey Songz of giving her a golden shower without consent.
Oh, gross.
She alleges that he asked her to get into the tub and peed on her without asking permission first,
Oh
which
my
is
God. Ugh.
pretty violating. As she and her young woman friend,
Friend?
she and her homegirl sat there cackling about, spilling Trey Songz's tea or whatever, and kind of like, yeah, making it more about the gossip than like actually this was really fucked up and disrespectful and violating. So of course a lot of people just called them out for being hoes and tried to invalidate what they were saying because of that, which it could be untrue. I don't fucking know. But of course, Trey Songz comes forward saying, y'all stay ready to believe a bird. And he posted a bunch of screenshots from, I think these might be Instagram DMs between him and this girl. The thing is, I've looked at these screenshots a few times now for today's episode, and I don't see how any of this helped him. Like,
did he
post the wrong ones?
It did not. It solidified her status as a bird, but I never thought she wasn't a bird.
Sweet, exactly.
That was never like up for debate. You posted these like they were going to refute her claims, and it did not.
As soon as I hit play, I heard, but I didn't say like, that means you're a liar. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like this didn't disprove what she said at all, actually. So
if anything, it makes you look crazier because in the order, especially in which you have these messages coming into you, it seems as though she's aggravating you, but you still continue to speak to her. You've talked about, when she told you that she was staying at like a hotel or something, you asked her where, you tried to tell her to get into an Uber to come see you, which is fucking hilarious.
Nigga.
She told you that she was wanted to eat your ass, all of this other stuff. Like it shows that you either met up with each other or you were entirely open to meeting up with one another. Nothing in what he posted there disproved anything the homegirl said.
Yeah.
If anything, it makes you look crazy because it's like this girl who you're trying to like discredit and say is a bird or she's crazy or whatever. She was all of those things and you were still trying to get her to come and see you. So what?
You said all this shit about her and told her to stop contacting you or whatever. And then when she hit you up a few months or however long it was, when she hit you up later talking about, oh, I'm in your city, you was like, where at? Immediately. So like, you're not, this doesn't show me that she didn't come over and she didn't eat your ass or you didn't piss on her or whatever. Actually, what it said to me is y'all have definitely fucked, because I just don't see those as DMs between people who do not know one another sexually. But like, it just said to me, like, you have absolutely been in this situation and these screenshots are kind of desperate.
There's another set of screenshots he posted. I'm not sure if this is the same girl or if it was the other girl on the podcast, but it seems here that she's trying to apologize to him for something and asks him to unblock her, and he responds by saying, "Y'all be safe, leave me alone."
I mean, that's what more of you niggas should be saying to these girls in your DMs. Be safe, sis. Never contact me again. But y'all don't do that.
But you'd be thinking with your dick head instead of the head of your fucking neck and shoulders. And then this kind of stuff happens and you want to blame all of these women like you didn't have plenty of chances and opportunities to just be like, you know what? I smell trouble, or it ain't worth it, or let me just mind my fucking business or whatever.
Right.
Anyhow.
And his baby mama looks so sweet.
Yeah, she actually does look like a really sweet girl. She's not deserve any of this. Probably not. He also posted some screenshots from some woman who claims that a nameless girl who accused Trey Songz of sexually assaulting her in Miami. These messages are claiming that girl is also lying or some other stuff. The thing about it is, I only heard about this Trey Songz story because people were talking about Keke Palmer. Like, I first saw people saying, oh, well, Keke Palmer been said such and such and such about Trey Songz. And they were discussing the time a couple years ago where Keke Palmer went to a house party where Trey Songz was at, and his friend or artist or something, they wanted Keke Palmer to be in the music video that they were shooting at the party. And Keke explicitly said a number of times that she didn't want to be in the video, and she was a little inebriated and was not in the place or time or setting to do business in that way. You know what I'm saying? Just because your rap nigga friend like name dropped her on a song doesn't mean she owes y'all a video cameo or whatever. So that was like a story that sort of came and went. So people were sort of talking about that. I saw this story coming up by way of that story is what I'm saying.
Got you.
And I didn't see him say anything about the Keke Palmer thing. I don't remember what he said about it when it happened, or if he said anything about it when it actually happened, but he didn't try and say anything about it now. And apparently there's also this clip going around of this singer named BB Rexa, who told a story about how she... What so much?
Just the assumption that BB Rexa is not a popular enough name for people to know. For you to call her.
I don't know anything. Maybe I don't know any of her songs or anything like that.
Shit. Okay.
Legitimately, maybe I'm in the dark.
It's fine.
She said that at a wedding, she and Trey Songz had both been invited to, I can't remember whose wedding she said it was, that Trey Songz at some point pushed her up against a wall when they were alone together and kissed her, or as she says, put his mouth on her mouth and like said something to the effect of, let's do this. And she wasn't trying to. To me, it sounded like she wasn't into it because he was there with a date and it was like not the scene, because she acknowledged that she found him attractive and she kept saying that she told him, I can't do this right now, or this isn't going to happen right now. But she definitely wasn't speaking about it as if it was something like violating or assaulting. It was almost as if she just figured that that's how some guys are or something like that. Like she didn't really, her tone didn't sound like she was like offended or like she thought he did something wrong, even though all of the people who she was surrounded by on the radio interview or whatever she was doing were absolutely joking about him, like, you know, them having to drop charges or if he held her down or something like that. But like I said, not a great fun week for Trey Songz. I don't know what to make of Golden Shower Girl or the other one or any of these other stories. But if anything, it tells me that there are a lot of men, especially men with certain amounts of power. It doesn't tell me, it just reminds me that these niggas really don't have too many boundaries a lot of the time when it comes to sexual expression. And a lot of the time, especially depending on the way that they view the girl, they just feel like they can be as, you know, dehumanizing, as like violating as they want to because you're just a bird. You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly.
Like you being a bird means you don't deserve rights.
And look, some girls probably don't mind getting, you know, fucked and tossed around by a famous celebrity or whatever being a sex toy for a weekend and stuff like that. But it doesn't mean that you can't still have respect. It doesn't mean that you don't still, you know, receive consent for doing certain things. Like, I don't understand the pee kink personally, but I imagine that it's not something you just guess. Like,
I feel like, no, that's something you got to clear with a nigga first.
I think.
Yeah.
I think.
It just seems, you know, yes. Just a smart idea to clear that with the other person. First and foremost.
I feel like it's niche enough that you would just be like, hey, you into it definitely the gold?
Yeah, that's not something you would just do out of nowhere without telling or asking somebody first. But, you know, there were rumors already about Trey Songz being some form of sexual predator even before the whole incident with Keke happened. So I've really just been waiting on this day, especially since, because I'm sure we talked about that on the show, although I don't remember what we said, but like I've just been waiting on the day where niggas remembered that Trey Songz be into some things that, you know, might be fucked up or violating, and has never really had to atone for it. So we'll see. I mean, this too will probably not go anywhere, but it's just been too many.
Oh yeah, probably.
It's just been too many stories of the same behavior from this same person.
If anything, hopefully it just says tighten the fuck up, do better, teach better, inspire to be better.
You could just do better.
And all of those things.
You really could. If you were just a little bit choosier with where you put your dick, we would not be having this conversation.
It's like your Trey songs. Like you could literally trip and fall over into cleavage. Like it's, I don't, so I don't even understand, again, with these screenshots that he posted where she's like, you need to unblock me. Or she said, you're so gay for blocking me or some shit like that. And he was like, well, stop sending me them weak ass videos or whatever. Like, nigga, you're being so hostile to her 1 second. And then 2 weeks later, you're like, WYA. Are you nuts?
Yes,
like,
that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you sat here and like made fun of her or made her seem stupid, but then you hitting her up for some pussy. So what is the truth?
I don't get it. I don't really.
Men, honestly, men are just so fucking dumb about sex. It don't make no sense.
Speaking of dumb men, Megan Thee Stallion has officially confirmed that Toy Story Lanes did indeed shoot her. Oh
my God.
The funny thing, I just happened to have picked up my phone as soon as this notification came in that said the Stallion is starting a live video, or whatever the notification for live video say. And I almost always pay no attention to those. And I didn't know what I expected. But I just happened, like, I was just like, let me see what she's talking about. And I really expected her to probably just be like shooting a video or working or probably dancing with her friends and her hairstylist and all them or something like that. And instead, I got her hoodied up, putting this fuck nigga on blast. So she, yes, confirmed that it was Tory who shot her. She told a story about how she was in this vehicle with them, her homegirl, Tory, and I think Tory's security guard or somebody else was in the car with him.
Right.
They started to argue. She said she got out of the car and walked away because she didn't want to argue anymore. And that's when he shot her. She told the police when they got there that she had been cut by glass because, and this is like the most fucked up, well, I don't know if it's the most fucked up, but one of the biggest fucked up parts of this whole story is how she said the reason that she told them that is because she was afraid that they would all just got shot up because this nigga got a gun in a car.
Correct.
He used the gun that's in the car. They all black. And she's like, you know, the police out here killing us for no fucking reason. I wasn't about to tell them, you know, she said she didn't want to get in more trouble than they already were about to get into. And she, furthermore, never said anything to anybody about him shooting her this whole motherfucking time, which spared him, essentially. But she claims that his publicist and people have been sending fake stories and stuff to blogs. And, you know, I had heard a couple of them and how they were trying to pass blame over to her in certain ways and stuff. And it's like, unless Megan, like, shoved a warm knife into Tory Lane's you know what I'm saying? Into his side.
Upper body.
And then whispered into his ear, I'm on my way to kill your parents. I don't understand. Like, what could you possibly say?
Right.
I don't give a fuck if she hit him. I don't give a fuck if she called him a bitch. I don't care if she called his whole family a bunch of bitches. Like, I can't come up with, and then he shot her, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it. Like,
yeah, because it does not make sense. But unfortunately, we are anomalies. Most people are not like that. Most people just want to hear a reason why a woman got abused or hurt, and then that's all it takes.
Yeah,
so
what did she do?
Whatever bullshit is being fed to whatever blogs, I don't even know, I don't even fucking read blogs, but like, whatever that shit was, I'm sure that just pissed off Megan and her team even more because it's like, we're doing you a favor.
An absolute favor.
By not confirming what everybody knows. And yet y'all still try to make me look bad. So it's like, how much do you really want this girl to take? And I feel for Megan so hard. I really do. Because she's country as shit. She reminds me of my own family. she has lost so many of the people closest to her who really care about her, who were really there for her. And she's a very young girl with all this fucking money and sudden fame and really having nobody who is like an ancestor or like a guide in that way to be like, do this, don't do this, keep your ass in Houston and at the house.
Here's my like unconditional love. That person that you know is going to always have your back through it all because they've been there for you. Like,
exactly.
And she has really been incredibly strong through the loss of her mom and grandma and stuff. Through, like, even when it was going on and stuff, she's continued to work. She's probably one of those people that like throws himself in their work to try and cope with stuff possibly and things like that. So I totally agree. It's like her circumstances. Yes, she has had crazy success. She's worked for it. She's talented. But it didn't just fall out of the fucking sky. But yes, she's blessed in that way. However, at the same time, she's had to deal with a lot of fuck shit and keep a smile on throughout it. So to me, it's just so severely disgusting to like see niggas and women as well make excuses for this nigga who shot her for no fucking reason. Like she said, why is it, do you think that even though we all knew the truth of this situation, why is it that he hasn't said anything and they're trying to, you know, leak little stuff off the blogs? Because it ain't shit to say. There's nothing you can say. Again, like, unless Megan Thee Stallion is secretly a trained assassin and she was about to go and kill like your closest loved ones, I can't think of anything that you could say that would make this her fault. But the fact that everybody is so willing to just like not, it's not even, and the thing, it's not even like so many of these motherfuckers are defending Tory Lanez because they love Tory Lanez. It's like Tory Lanez defense is like a result of how much they hate black women. You know what I mean? It's like, it's to me anyway, what I'm saying is it's not so much about loving and supporting Tory Lanez as much as it is like people hating Megan or not wanting to support Megan because she stands for a lot of things that they don't really feel black women should represent. Most of that is like running niggas into the ground, being sexually free,
which is why women love her. Is exactly why we love her. And honestly, she makes men feel inadequate.
Listen,
that's a whole lot of women, physically and spiritually, emotionally, as a presence. Megan is not a woman for weak ass niggas. You cannot be frail coming up to her because that's a woman who has so much going for her and is intimidating in all the best ways, in every way possible. So it's like you have to come with your shit ready and together to go up against a Megan Thee Stallion, just off top. And most niggas don't have what it takes. So she makes them feel insecure or small or less manly or whatever issues they have to work out with themselves and their fucking therapist. And so then they turn it on her like it's her fault or she don't deserve protection from a nigga who would fucking shoot at her because she's tall or because she raps about how she loves her pussy and will not fuck a nigga who don't know what he doing or whatever other empowered shit she's talking about. Like, niggas hate that she does that and owns her own self so much that they will be like, oh yeah, well, if a nigga shot at you, you know, you rap about ghetto shit, so you deserve it. Or you should have been like, about that life, or how dare you snitch. Like, victims don't snitch, my nigga. Victims just tell. That is their right to do. Snitching is what happens when you and a nigga do some shit together, and then that nigga snitch on you. See, snitch, that nigga tells about what happened in order to get a smaller sentence or less punishment for his damn self. That's I mean, snitch.
That's the literal definition.
That is a snitch.
But people like to dance around that when it comes to different circumstances and stuff. For me, it's just like niggas talking about like, oh, like I saw some niggas say, don't nobody shoot niggas for no reason, or niggas don't shoot people
every
for no
fucking
like
day. All right.
And I'm like,
all right.
People literally shoot. In fact, I would say most people who are shot are probably shot for no fucking reason, especially when it comes to nigga shit. But furthermore, like, common sense would probably tell you, if you thought for a second, or if you had ever heard of like Detective Stabler, or any of, you know,
Lord.
the girls over at SVU, common sense would tell you that he probably wasn't even trying to actually shoot her. He's probably shooting, like, thought that maybe he was shooting at the ground or something like that and actually hit her and had to deal with an oh shit moment, or figured, I'm gonna shoot her in her feet because it won't kill her or whatever, like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Niggas.
you say out of nowhere, they're like, oh, nobody shoots somebody for no fucking reason. Why did the gun go off then?
Yes, they do.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yes,
like, niggas shoot people for no fucking reason all of the time. All the fucking time. Why are we making excuses for Tory fucking Lanez, this bite-sized bitch that's not even motherfucking from here? And really, like, y'all love to hear remixed versions of Brownstone records where niggas are singing and sounding like an accordion that bad? You love that, nigga, that bad? You want, like, nothing but Moke and Steph, Neo, Soul? That's what you want? Nope. Like, I don't understand. It's not like if Barack Obama had done this shit, he would still deserve to be flamed. Tory Lanez? Girl. Like, I had no idea that we had so much love for the Canada Goose.
We don't.
What the fuck is going on?
We just have so much disregard for women.
I want her gone.
Strong, powerful women. Like,
get her out of here.
Megan doesn't give niggas protect me, I'm a dainty little damsel aura, and so they just don't see the value. I really don't know, but like, fuck out of here with Tory Lanez. I already knew it. Like, I already knew it, but for her to confirm it is just like, oh yeah, so when can we deport this little bitch? Like, let's just get this nigga the fuck on out of here. And all the shit I've been reading about abolition, my nigga, I said fuck all that abolition. Where is Rikers? Open the bitch up. Plant that hoe inside. Like, all that shit left. I'm so furious.
Do you know why we already had known that you shot this girl, Tory? Because you're stupid. Yeah. And what you did was stupid. And we had really nothing else to assume.
Right. The circumstances
with the evidence that we were given. Right. So.
And the fact that Megan would not outright say you didn't.
Listen, a pox on him and his lineage. Yeah. I want her gone. I want It's a Small World sent right back to wherever the fuck he came from. And honestly, Black women, at some point, y'all just gotta let these niggas go. Honestly, it's gonna have to be a time where you're just like, oh, a rally today? Well, I was thinking about making some greens and possibly, you know, chilling in. The Game just hit Netflix. Thought I'd, you know, have a nostalgia trip. Like, at some point, I feel, honestly, it's just ridiculous to me how many Black women will support Black men, fight for Black men, lay down and die for Black men, march for Black men, do all of this other stuff. This woman was shot by a nigga. And like, you're doing every single thing you can to make it her fault. Yep. When she literally spent all this time not saying nothing to y'all about this or about him. Like, when are Black women going to get that support back from their own? Like, when? I don't understand. Because like I said, for me, bitch, I'll be like, girl, listen to me. I don't know if I have a hashtag for you girls this week. I think that maybe I'm going to pour all that energy into my sisters. Maybe that's what I'm going to do. Because I don't understand what it takes for y'all, or what it would take for y'all to just understand that this literally doesn't make any fucking sense. You're like really keeping us back in many ways by continuously finding any reason or excuse to be destructive towards Black women, when Black women are the ones constantly showing out in droves and making a fucking difference where it counts and standing up for y'all, even when a lot of y'all niggas are dead wrong.
Listen, especially when y'all niggas are dead wrong.
It just doesn't make any sense to me that, like, even in shit like that, like, what could you possibly get out of caping for Tory Lanez? What? Who is blatantly the fuck wrong? Like, and everybody's like, oh, well, we need to hear the rest of the story, whatever. Girl, what the fuck else? Yes, let's hear the rest.
No, there's nothing else.
Yeah, let's hear the rest. Come on out, Tory. Come on out into the bike lane, the fast lane, whichever one of the Tory lanes that you ride on. Come on out and let's hear your side of it. I'm so curious as to how this is going to reshape and just change the mold in this story. Because certainly
Mm-mm.
He's the missing piece.
Nope. She even posted her damn wound to get you niggas to shut up, and it will never be enough. Like, so I hope that I'm hoping that Megan has peace in her life. I hope she feels supported and surrounded by people who truly care about her. Although, based off the fact that I saw her in a picture with Future, that might not be the case. But I want that girl to have peace and healing in her life. And I hope she has Black women mentors who enter her life sooner than later to just kind of step up, not even necessarily in an auntie position, but like a big sister, just like, I just want to help you to avoid some of the pitfalls that are certainly heading this way. Or I just want to help you to learn some of these lessons, because Megan does talk in a way in her music that I feel most girls need to interpret and to understand and adapt to their own lives. But she was protecting Tory Lanez for a reason, and I'm not mad at her for that. It makes a whole lot of sense that you didn't want shit to get worse, at the scene of the crime with guns and everything else and fucking police involved. But like, I just want her to know that you really don't have to give a shit about these niggas, especially when they hurting you. You really do not. And that's a message so many women need to learn across all racial lines. Like, women will roll over and die behind a man who is beating their ass. And I understand how. I understand the structures that are in place that teach women that we are worth less than men, and we are in service to men, and we are less than enough if we don't have a man. But like, child, that's the shit that needs to change. Because listen, once Black women are free from that shit, oh girl, it's over for the rest of y'all. So,
well, I've read that it's possible Tory Lanez will be facing felony assault charges on top of I don't remember if it was possession of a concealed weapon or something like that.
Didn't he get arrested that night for like felony possession of a gun or something?
Yeah, something, having a concealed weapon in the car or something to that effect. But I want her out of here. I want her sent far away. I'm tired. I'm over it. I don't really understand how this is like a divisive conversation. It doesn't make any sense.
Because some of us give a fuck about women as people and some of us do not. So
y'all niggas confuse me.
It just is what it's terrible and a fucking mess, but you could say that about every single aspect of this entire year. So,
and it doesn't matter what, like, how you carry yourself, what type of woman you are.
Nope.
It doesn't matter where you come from or whatever. There's always some sort of an excuse to break them down, to dehumanize them, treat them like shit. It's like, sweetie, don't you understand what's at stake here in the big picture? Like, for all of us as Black people.
Yeah.
Don't you understand that, like, you're literally doing a disservice to us by constantly, whether it's your own women in your life or women that you don't even motherfucking know, constantly just like being willing to toss them to the side and be like, who the fuck cares? Or, you deserved it, or you were asking for it, or you should have known better, or why were you in that position, or whatever the fuck. Yep. I'm like, girl, I was living my life and I'm the victim here. Mm-hmm. But he shot me. I was leaving. I was leaving. We were arguing and I was leaving. And I was still shot. And I didn't tell nobody. How... The reason that y'all knew was because it was fucking obvious. Right. Not because I said nothing.
Exactly.
How are you mad at me? It just doesn't make any sense. I don't understand how we still subject women to this type of shit. But I don't care. I don't have no more faith for any of y'all motherfuckers. Like, the human race is fucking doomed. I don't even know how we lasted this long.
I mean, there is that. I'll just say a lot of women bank on being somebody who can't be victimized. And so they just think, oh, if I'm the perfect church girl and I do this and this and this, or whatever else, if I follow whatever rules, then this will never happen to me. And then you find out that it can happen to you no matter what. And overcoming the shame behind that and dealing with the outside world and their reaction to what happened to you or their denial of it or whatever, that can really fuck you up. Like, that's nothing to play about, but like, these niggas, if you are struggling with it and just needing a sign, let me be the one to tell you that these niggas are absolutely not worth the effort. If he putting you through that level of shit, girl, please.
Well, that's it for the hot tops this week.
So fun.
Let's take a break and come back to read your letters. So guys, let's talk about brushing our damn teeth. 75% of us use old, worn out bristles that are ineffective, and even more people forget to floss daily. So many more of you forget to floss daily. Good health starts with good habits. Quip makes it easy by delivering all the oral care essentials you need to brush and floss better, so that you're not absolutely stifling yourself with your mask over your face from your own breath. The Quip electric toothbrush has timed sonic vibrations with 30-second pulses to guide a dentist's recommended 2-minute routine. And there's even a sized down version that's designed for your little ones, your kids, paired with Quip's anti-cavity toothpaste that's in mint or watermelon. You can get all the ingredients teeth actually need and none of the ones that they don't. Quip also has an eco-friendly refillable floss with a dispenser that you can keep for life and expanding string that helps to clean in between. Quip brush heads, toothpaste, and floss refills are automatically delivered on a dentist recommended schedule every 3 months for just $5 each. A friendly reminder when it's time to refresh and keep them teeth clean, and shipping is free. So join over 3 million happy customers and practice good oral care easily and affordably with Quip, starting at $25. And if you go to getquip.com/theread right now, you'll get your first refill for free. That is getquip.com/theread, QUIP.com/theread. Go and get them teeth clean. Quip, the good habits company. Now let's get back to the show. Okay, we're back, and now it is time for your letters.
That's right. This week's listener letters are brought to you again by Royal Oils. With Royal Oils, you never have to choose between a healthy scalp and moisturized hair again. Love them so much. Thanks for that. Okay, we have an update from, I think her name was Brittany last week, who was talking about needing the loan from her Trump supporter of a father.
No.
So I just want you to know, she tweeted me and was like, yes, my partner and children are Black. You called it. And I was like, oh my God, I fucking knew. But anyway, she also sent in this email and it says, I spoke with my father and it was anticlimactic to say the least, and not as dramatic as I thought it was going to be. He agreed to help with the loan, though we haven't discussed it in full detail just yet. He didn't bring up the orange demon, and all that leads me to believe that my mom was the one making voting for him a big deal and not my dad because white.
Wow.
White woman, actually. Regardless, I'm happy that I asked for their help, and I also know how super fucking privileged I am to be in the position to fall back on my parents when needed, and I try my hardest to never take it for granted. Crystal, as my tweet said last week, yes, my boyfriend and daughters are Black. Haha, yes. And then also just nice things about us in the show. So thank you, Brittany, for the update. Yeah, girl, get that fucking money. And I'm not shocked that your mama was the one being all dramatic about it and like, swear your allegiance to Trump first or we won't. Like, I'm not shocked. That is some white woman shit. Also, we got about 4 times the normal number of letters this week.
Okay.
And the overwhelming majority of those are just like messages of love and appreciation and gratitude for last week's episode. So I just wanted to say, I see y'all. Trust me, I see y'all. And thank you so much for that. It is really beautiful, friend. You should just log in sometime and read all these messages because they're really lovely. So
okay.
Thank y'all for that. We have a question from Josh who says, I've been with my partner Drake for 2 years and everything's going great. We've had good times, bad times, and growth in between. I sexually identify as a bottom and Drake identifies as a strict top. He is the
That's
type.
how I've always thought. I don't.
He is the type of top that
First
does
of all,
not.
he's verse. At
Period.
best.
Period. But what was his name? Josh. Oh, Josh and Drake. Haha. I get it now.
Oh.
So Josh's Drake is the kind of top who does not allow any backdoor play on him, and I don't like that. Even though I'm a bottom, I have topped almost all my exes at least once before, and I have eaten every top's ass that I have been with.
Is that how you like break them in, or
it's just something he enjoys, I guess?
Okay.
Drake, however, will not let me eat his ass. He has never had his ass eaten, and he just feels like it isn't for him since he's a top, and he feels like he is the only one in the relationship who does the ass eating. This boggles me because Drake is walking around with a bubble butt that sits up high and is perfectly round, and the nigga can even twerk. Before y'all, yeah, I guess that is a selling point. But before y'all ask, he is a very, very clean person who takes 2 showers a day. Most days, he's the type to take a shower at the gym after working out and then takes another one. And as soon as he gets home, we have showered together multiple times. So I know his whole process of cleaning himself. He is luckily not one of them guys who considers his asshole a dirt hole and makes sure his whole regions are thoroughly scrubbed. You went in for 2 paragraphs on how much this man cleans his ass.
Like, we believe you.
Right. So he wraps it up with, so I know for a whole fact that ass is clean.
Okay.
It drives me crazy to be able to touch this man everywhere except there. That big old bouncy bubble makes my mouth water and I want to tear that thing up. This may be TMI, but I want to break my tongue off in that thing.
It is. It's TMI.
He is the only boyfriend to refuse this from me, and it is hurting my heart to not be able to taste that.
Oh, girl.
Now, I know that the 2 of you are not into eating ass, and you probably won't want to talk about this, but I know y'all will tell me the truth. Should I just let this go? The relationship is consistently good, and I not only feel like I fell in love, but grew in love with him. But my God, if my tongue don't get to touch that hole, I don't know what I will do. And I don't think just one time would be enough. Do you guys have any advice on my feelings and this issue? I would love to hear them. Thank you so much. Please continue to stay safe. Love, Josh. I love it.
Josh, I honestly don't know what to tell you. Like, it doesn't matter if your man has the most enticing edible ass that you've ever seen in your life. If he's not into it, he's not into it. I don't really know how you're going to convince him of otherwise. Now, there's a very, very good chance that, I mean, it's highly likely that this is all sort of tied into insecurities that he has that probably shouldn't exist and are only there because of certain misconceptions about sexual positions and queer relationships and how they feel they would possibly be perceived if they were to partake in a more submissive role, if you consider bottoming submissive or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's a good chance that you would do it and he would actually love it and you would open his third eye and his brown eye. And then you would just like change the landscape of his sexual vision forever. But I just don't know how to get you to change his mind. And I feel like pressuring him into doing it is not fair. It's not fair. It's not sensible. It's not really ethical. I think he doesn't want any backdoor play. Sounds like both of y'all's loss, you know?
Yeah, especially yours.
Yeah.
Because you sound like you really want that. Like you sound like it is driving you crazy to like not have it.
Described it as if it was some sort of Shakespearean,
my nigga,
like writing. Okay. Like, we get it.
You are super into it, and I do get that. But, like, I agree with Kid Fury that if he is this defensive about it, then it might be for, like, reasons that he needs to unpack that don't have nothing to do with you, whether that's related to shame about sexuality or, feeling like it's okay to be gay, but only if I'm gay in this way, or some other kind of sexual trauma. Like, it could literally be anything. And what I do know is that pressuring somebody into doing something sexual is just absolutely not the move. Like, I don't want to do it with you if you don't want to do it with me. Like, I don't want to have to talk you into something. So if it's going to bother you this much that you don't get to eat this man's ass, then I would say break up with him and let him deal with his shit with somebody who can respect his sexual boundaries. It sounds to me like you're more worried about how much you want to taste his ass and less worried about the fact that he's very adamant about this. And like, why is that not okay with you?
Right.
Because that whatever it is, it doesn't have anything to do with you, and he needs to work it out for himself. But like, you can't force him into doing something he's not ready to do.
Maybe you could have a conversation about that specifically and see if there's an enlightenment for one or both of you through that. But again, like, if he says nah, it should just be nah. And I agree with Crystal that if it's like, I can't see me continuing to have a relationship with him because I'm always going to be thinking about this thing that I can't do, or I'm always going to feel unfulfilled when we have sex or whatever, then just break up with him. There's plenty of niggas out here with a fat ass that you can date, even tops, that aren't going to have a problem with you eating them out. Your current boyfriend or whatever is not one of those people.
Yeah.
And if he does get to a place where he feels differently about it, he's got to be able to do that on his time and in his own way, and not with the pressure of somebody that, you know, just really, really wants it. Because honestly, like you kind of said, I wouldn't want to do it if you're not going to enjoy it anyway.
Right. Why? That wouldn't even be fun. Like, I don't want to do something I had to fucking beg you to do. That just sounds very whack. But yeah. Best of luck to you. But, you know, you have every right to have your sexual needs fulfilled, and he has every right to assert his boundaries for whatever reason he has. So
exactly.
You decide what you can tolerate. Our next question comes from Naomi, who says, I'm 23 years old and I've been in a serious relationship for 3 years, and we've been living together for 2. He's a great guy who treats me well, pays the bills on time, all that. At the beginning of our relationship, we had a super honeymoon phase, seeing each other all the time, fucking whenever and wherever. That lasted for about 1.5 years until I got demoted from my job 6 months after we moved in together. It was during one of my last few months of my last semester of school, and I was in school full-time, working full-time, and had already taken on 2 internships. Between stress and exhaustion, my mental health and my sex drive plummeted. I went into power save mode and did only what I had to do to survive. After I graduated, I picked up a second job and continued working 2 jobs up until the pandemic. Fortunately for me, I was able to get my original position back a month ago, making more than I did originally, and I'm just now coming out of one of the worst times of my life financially and mentally. While we were quarantined together, my partner and I have discussed what we need from each other to make this the most fruitful relationship. He told me that he wants to have more sex, and I've tried to initiate sex more often, but I'm still falling short. My depression manifests itself in exhaustion, and I'm still tired all the time. We have sex about once a week, and he's 3 years older than me, but was a late bloomer, so I was his first. Do y'all think it's fair to stay in this relationship, or should we break up so I can get myself together and he can go and have all the sex he needs? I hate feeling like I'm holding him back from living his best life. Thank you so much. I'll appreciate whatever you suggest. Love, Naomi.
Okay. Personally, I think it's totally the okay and correct move to be like, let's break up, you know, let's go ahead and celebrate. Let me focus on the shit that I need to focus on without the pressure in the back of my mind or wherever all of the time of like not giving you the fulfillment that you might need because of whatever. Like, I'm dealing with something that requires me to really put the right amount of energy into myself in the right ways, and that's far more important than, you know, sex.
Yeah.
And if I'm not even feeling sexy or sexual or anything like that, it's just like, what? Again, sex for me is great when we both are having a great time and we like are on the same page.
Yeah.
And we both want to do this. And it doesn't even have to be like 10 for 10 sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's just like this is what we needed to do at the time, and we had a meeting of the minds and a meeting of the groins.
A meeting of the genitals.
And we, came together to do this thing. Like, I mean,
yes.
I don't know. I know that there are a lot of people in similar situations that definitely prioritize sex with their partner even when they're not feeling it out of fear of losing them or, being considered someone who's not, I don't know, holding up their end of a relationship or whatever the argument may be.
Yeah.
I just feel like right now it's probably far more important to you to figure out what you need for yourself. And if he's not willing to wait and see you through that or whatever, then let that nigga fly free and go do whatever the fuck he wants to do. Personally.
That's real. I'm thinking about how many people are probably really struggling in their relationships right now and not really right. I'm sure. And I'm sorry for y'all, especially those of you who live together, but also not wanting to end a whole relationship or throw everything away because of the stress of the pandemic and being maybe if we can just hold on through all this bullshit, once the pandemic is over, things will go back to normal. So, maybe you're trying not to leave as fast as you would have otherwise because you want to give some grace because everybody's super stressed out right now. And I think that's valid. But if it's been months, you're only just now, you said a month ago, you got your job back and you're just now climbing out of this bad space financially and mentally. If you and your man can't sit down and you can't say to him, look, my sex drive is not there because I've had to worry about the fucking basics of staying alive right now. And I'm just now coming out of that. And if you don't have the patience to work with me on this, if it's that big of a deal, then yeah, we should break up. But depending on did she say how long they've been together? 2 years. Y'all been together for 2 years. I would expect a partner of 2 years to understand that I've been stressed out and my sex drive has changed. I would just expect you to get that. And if it is just so important to you that you feel like you can't deal with me until I get back to a place where my sex drive is back to normal, then we probably don't. I can work with you, but if this is a hard and fast rule for you, then it's just not going to work out because I don't have it. I just don't have it for you. And I don't owe you sex.
Exactly.
I'm not having sex with somebody just so they will leave you alone is the worst. Oh my God.
And y'all do it. And you do it.
It is so fucking pointless. It's just oh my God, why am I here? I could be watching Golden Girls.
Just take it, God, so you'll shut the fuck. Hurry
oh
up.
My God, fine. Here goes some pussy. Damn. This is not.
Jesus.
Meanwhile, you would rather be anywhere else. It's almost like the last letter where if both of you are not super into it, then there's just no point. But this one also has this extra emotional layer to it where you've been going through a fucking lot. Everybody has. And so I say you give him grace and he gives you some and then add some on because of the pandemic and how stressed everything is right now. And if y'all still can't come to a healthy middle ground, then fuck it. And you tried.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I totally agree. I think that if he can't like you said, if he can't see you through the situation that you're going and understand that you are emotionally, mentally, financially in a place or have been in a place where it's just fucking for me right now is not gonna hit.
Right.
And he can't find a way to feel sexually gratified or just wait. Nigga, get online, get a fleshlight. Get the fucking pussy, pocket pussy or one of them things. Fleshlights even have the little warmable stand. You know what I'm saying? They got all sorts of little...
you can just squirt a little lube in them hoes or whatever and y'all,
hopefully feels just like the real thing.
Hopefully
you could even write your name on the side of it. Just that could be his temporary puss. Something has got to give though. You got to prioritize yourself and getting back to a place where at least, because listen, fucking ain't just for your nigga. Like, you're supposed to have fun too.
You are.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
you're supposed to enjoy it as well. You're not supposed to just do it as a favor for someone, like Crystal said, so that he'll shut the fuck up.
Right.
So, let's just go ahead and figure out what we need to figure out so the fucking can be fun. Hashtag fun fucks. Fun fucks only.
Because it is supposed to be that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. What do we have here? Oh, here's one about The Last of Us 2, where they're like, I already know that you don't look at that or play that, but Kid Fury, have you played Last of Us 2, and how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I think I talked about it. I beat it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
A couple of weeks ago, and I started playing it again. I thought it was really... Naughty Dog does a great job at telling stories in a very cinematic way. I thought the acting from Ashley Johnson and Troy Baker was fantastic. The story is really told in an interesting way and very impactful. Again, it's way more like bleak and just relentlessly sad than the last game. And it's just like, in terms of in terms of the narrative, it feels like you're just getting jumped emotionally, like, all of the time. I think that's also part of what makes it really great. But that was the same game that, like, some fans, when they learned about certain things that happened in the story, they turned to transphobia and other forms of hate to get out their angry little fifis.
Yes.
About how the story, and it's just like, once again, for this community, this medium that I absolutely adore, I have to continue to acknowledge that so many other people in said community are the worst, the living, breathing worst. So, play The Last of Us 2, thought it was great. Hope they make a Last of Us 3. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it still sounds like it's not for me, and just not.
Yeah, no, it's far too violent. You would be incredibly frightened. And there's like little to no joy. So.
Oh my God. Do you know what that makes me think of? Lovecraft Country. Have you seen that show?
So good.
Oh my God. Let me tell y'all something. I cannot watch that television program.
Yeah.
I cannot watch people walk around with one shoulder and a gaping wound. Like, the level of gore in that show, like, I appreciated what it was giving me in that first episode, but the level of gore, I was like, oh no. Mm-mm.
I love it.
Mama's soul is a little too sensitive for this.
I love it.
Of course you do.
I really do.
Of course you do.
Like, even in The Last of Us 2, what they did was, like, enemies in the game, just whatever gun wielding baddies that you might come across, they will call out each other's names when you kill one of them, which they have not done in, like, a video game I've played prior to this. So you could just be fighting any enemy, you know what I'm saying? You're in the shadows, and then boom, you cap somebody's homeboy right in the head. And then a bitch right across the setting is like, Derek, no! And I'm like, yeah, I killed Derek. Like, all of that stuff, give it to me. I know it's not real. So.
I mean, and I knew that, like, the black people weren't going to be the ones ultimately hurt. And still, I could not handle it. Like, it was just too fucking much for your girl.
I love it so much.
And it comes on so late at night. I'm like, you expect me to sleep after this? I was up for hours. I got to go to bed till like almost 3 a.m. after I saw that show.
I love it.
Well, I mean, and I don't doubt how good it is, but no, y'all know that is not for
I still
me.
need to read the book. I ordered it, but I haven't actually read
yes. I've heard really good things about the book. Okay, let me see. Is there something?
Pretty sure a white man wrote it, but I'm still going to read it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's written by a white man.
Oh my God, I did not know that. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm looking, but most of this is just like love letters and not actually questions. Here's one from a pregnant lady who says, "Hi, my name's Nellie. I'm 29 and I'm 5 months pregnant with my first baby. My husband and I have been trying really hard after we miscarried after our wedding last year." Amen. Congratulations. My husband is stationed in Virginia and my entire family lives in Miami. We decided to wait until we were far along enough to share the news with family, and ever since then, they have been so annoying and controlling. My mother-in-law is planning on moving in to help with the baby, but I shut that down real quick.
Hell no.
She said I shut that down real quick.
Yeah.
And my mother has been calling me nonstop, giving me unsolicited advice. Recently, we informed our entire families that due to this global pandemic, we do not want anyone around our baby for at least 1 month after her birth in December. Since we have told them this, our mothers are plotting on still showing up before the month is over. My sister-in-law has cried about it to me on a daily basis, and my brother-in-law even accused me of trying to break up the family.
Are these niggas insane?
My siblings have said I'm being too protective of my first baby and I'm setting her up for failure. Do y'all think I'm being too cautious with a newborn baby during COVID and flu season? Or am I just being an overly cautious mom? Sincerely, Nelly. Oh, girl.
Nelly, I'm so sorry to have to say this, girl, but your family is fucking nuts.
Both of them.
They are
in-laws and your people. All of them are out of it, girl.
Are you insane? Like, first of all,
no.
You let me know, but I'm assuming that you are the one who is carrying this baby.
That's right.
I'm assuming that this baby is going to come out of your uterus unless they cut open into your belly and yank it out that way. I just kind of feel like with all of that, you should kind of get to do whatever the fuck you want with this baby when the fuck you want to with this baby. I don't give a fuck if it was like any the fuck thing. If it was hurricane season, I don't give a fuck if you didn't want them niggas to come over there because they were wearing white after Labor Day. Like, whatever the fuck reason, it's your child. Like, but let's just stand in the facts. Let's stand in the reality of things, which is that there is indeed a contagious disease that has taken over the planet, as in the earth, the globe, everywhere, the whole place. So I don't understand how anyone on either side of this family can be so selfish that they would whine to you, cry to you, accuse you of trying to break up the family because you don't want them to come and see your baby for a month. You act like they acted like you could. They told you, like, you said you couldn't see the baby until after they graduated from college or something.
Right.
Look, I don't get it. I honestly would be telling everybody to kiss my ass, stay off my line, and like leave me the fuck alone about it. You're not seeing my baby until I say that you can see my baby. And if you want to be mad and you want to cancel Christmas or you want to do whatever the fuck, that's fine. Honestly, I probably wouldn't come into Christmas either for the same fuck ass reason that you can't come and see this baby.
Correct.
So honestly, do what you need to, and I'm going to do what I need to because this is my baby from my vagina. And the end.
I mean, and that's really all that has to be said. Like, you and I are different because I would take a lot of joy in telling these niggas, not only are y'all not allowed around me while I'm pregnant, I'm not letting nobody near my child. Like, 30 days is being very generous. Because I probably would give niggas the rest of this year to stay the fuck away from my baby. That ain't nowhere near enough shots. You know, like, you got to be real careful with newborns. And I'm not, you know, you do what you got to do. But, like, niggas throwing a fit and talk about you breaking up the family and being selfish and overly cautious. Like, no, there's no such thing in a fucking pandemic when it comes to caring for your newborn human being who is not vaccinated against anything. Against anything. Why would you risk this infant?
Like, it's a baby. It's not a winning lottery ticket. I don't owe any of y'all anything when it comes to this thing.
You would really think that people would risk almost anybody over a fucking brand new baby. But no, these people are having fits and making it all about them and how much they want to interact with their grandchild. And like, yes, obviously, I get that. Yes, it makes a whole lot of sense. But if you as the mother, y'all as the parents say, look, this is what we're doing to make sure that our baby and we feel safe. And if you don't like it, that's too fucking bad. They have no choice but to go along with that. You're not doing too much when it comes to caring for your firstborn child in the year 2020, girl. You're just not. It ain't no way in the world. So
I wouldn't even told them niggas I was pregnant, to be honest with you.
I don't know, probably just to have avoided this conversation, but you're happy, you're excited about reproducing and all that, and you should be, but please do not let these people bully you into doing something you don't feel comfortable with. Like I said, you're being very generous letting niggas come around just 30 days after this child is born, because I would be a lot stricter than that. So
yeah,
you're already giving niggas a lot. If they can't take it, that's too damn bad. And the ones who have given birth should remind themselves of how they felt when they had their first child and get off your fucking ovaries. Let you grow this baby in peace. Should nobody be stressing you out right now. And anybody who has a problem with it can kiss your ass, sis. That's the best advice I can give you as somebody who has never given birth. Tell everybody to suck your fucking dick. Do they know what you're doing right now? Surviving during a pandemic, taking care of yourself, and growing a whole nother nigga? Bitch, if you don't get out my fucking face, I'll fucking slap you, ho. Who are you talking to? Again, you're lucky you can come over within a month or after a month.
I agree. I really do. I don't know what the fuck they thought or assumed. I don't understand how you could be looked at as unreasonable or anything in this situation. Just virus running around in the air, infecting whoever the fuck, killing loads of people. So I honestly would also stand firm and take immeasurable glee in telling all these niggas to kiss my ass.
Okay. So happily.
Next time I'm just like, I would wait for more text messages or Facebook posts to come up. And then I'm hitting everybody with make it 2 months. Now it's 3. Are we going for 4?
Oh, yes.
6 months. I would just...
I'm going right in the WhatsApp like a 3rd grade teacher.
Every time I hear you say something, I'm adding a month on.
We can make this worse. The pizza party won't be till May if y'all keep acting like this. We can do that if y'all need to. But understand what I'm saying, because my rules are what goes, period. Don't let nobody bully you out of that. This is your baby. And congratulations and good luck to you, sis.
Exactly.
Oh, all right. Again, the listener letters today were brought to you by Royal Oils from Head and Shoulders. The line makes it super easy to keep your hair and scalp moisturized and healthy, feeling good, feeling great. Find out why we love it so much. Pick up all the products in the collection at Walmart stores or at walmart.com. All right, let's take a break. We'll be back.
Hey guys, don't forget to turn your dreams into reality with Squarespace, where it is incredibly easy to launch a website, whether it's for a passion project, a new business, a gallery for your art, or, maybe your baby's art, whatever it is that you're doing. You can have great templates so that your website will stand out and look all jazzy, and pretty much the ability to customize your website with just a couple of clicks. We've both used Squarespace here at The Read for our own websites and can attest to you that it is incredibly easy, especially compared to building your website in other ways, the old caveman era ways that we used to have to blog. Everything is optimized for mobile right out of the box, and there's nothing for you to patch or upgrade ever. Plus, buying domains is easy, and if you ever get confused or lost, they've got a 24/7 award-winning customer support line to help you out. So go on over there and get you some empowerment at squarespace.com/read for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, use the offer code READ to save 10% off of your first purchase of a website or a domain. That's squarespace.com/read, offer code READ. Go build something cute, and let's get back to the show. Okay, so we're back. It's time now for the read.
Oh, it is. Do you have one this week?
Sort of.
Okay, I have one from a Whole Foods employee that I am going to pass, so it's up to you. You want me to go first or no?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So, first thing that I wanted to mention is this video of the 3 trans women in Hollywood, I believe, that were attacked, harassed, stolen from, and mocked uh, out in California, it's been posted to social media and all kinds of different clips. I just wanted to say, honestly, a lot of y'all don't deserve freedom. A lot of y'all don't deserve like respect at all. I don't understand how something like this could have been happening and everybody was just standing to the side and treating it as if it was funny. But I actually do. It's because y'all don't look at trans people as people, and it doesn't matter what crime is like committed against them. It doesn't matter how they are like harmed, belittled, destroyed. You'll always look at it as their fault or whatever because they're just, it's like so many of y'all refuse to see the humanity in people. And honestly, I just don't see how you deserve freedom yourself when you can go around and like, I think they've already said it's like 22 reported cases of trans women dying this year, or trans people.
Lord God.
It's like, I think that's already almost the same number as last year or last summer or something. So it's just like, obviously, again, such a huge problem. And part of it adds to my depression in ways, because it's like, life as an individual is hard enough. We've all got our own shit. I feel like most of us all have our own individual problems and things that we have to work out on a personal scale. But then you have this country that now more than ever blatantly don't give a fuck. They're all bitch saying at this point, we want you dead.
Right.
You niggas, please die. All of you. And at the same time that we're trying to continue to push back against that, so many of us are like disparaging each other for no reason. A lot of it is, you know, stuff that you were conditioned to think and say before you even realized it and shit like that. And there's just no intent or effort to do better or think better. And I'm just so tired of seeing people in the trans community treated like animals when they're just trying to live their motherfucking life or going about their business, and being accused, you know, of shit that they didn't do, or just, you know, being harassed or beaten. Like, I'm so tired of having to see every single week another trans woman has been murdered for whatever the fuck reason. All of their, you know, when they do speak to the police or do report crimes against them, the police don't give a fuck. The police don't actually investigate or do any work when it comes to like bringing justice for these people, which of course adds to people's, you know, level of comfort when it comes to being violent or destructive towards trans people, because they know ain't nobody gonna care and ain't nobody gonna do shit about it. Right. And it's just, I'm so tired of it. And I just, to me, it's hard to be like, I don't know. It's just, it's hard to like put my full self into some of the stuff that's going on, because I just get so disheartened by a lot of the stories that I read or I see every single day. It's just like, girl, what is even the point of trying today? Or what's even the point of fighting today? Because everybody is so fucking unfair and ridiculous and like self-destructive. And I've had to do, you know, my own work of coming out of that and understanding that there are people that want us to do better. There are people that think differently or whatever. And, you know, we see a lot of the bad. We see a lot of the evil, horrible shit. There is some good out there. But at the same time, you niggas have got to, like, at some point, we're going to have to start doing better, thinking better. Our kids are going to have to start doing better and thinking better. And that's like the only way that we're going to start to see actual significant change. It's like, I don't understand if y'all like want freedom or if you just want white privilege, because
oh yeah, that's it.
Like, you're never getting that. So
yeah.
Other than that, I just wanted to say, for whatever reason that Lawrence Fishburne was not invited to be on the next Matrix movie, keep it. I don't know.
What?
I don't know how Lawrence Fishburne has said that he wasn't asked to be in this Matrix sequel. I don't want it. Some people are saying, oh, well, apparently Morpheus died in the Matrix Online. Some of the fucking video game that was like, that nobody fucking played and it lasted for like 3 to 4 years or something before everyone fucking forgot about it. That The Matrix Online? Are you kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. Y'all better write something in there and write it now. The Wachowskis, whoever the fuck, figure it the fuck out. Because, girl, let me tell you something. First of all, The Matrix didn't need a 4. The Matrix honestly didn't need a 2 or 3. But it damn sure didn't need a 4th movie. And I don't understand how you could be preparing one for us, but Lawrence Fishburne is just not a part of the equation. Are you going to digitize him? Is there going to be some sort of holographic version? What's the explanation for like one of the biggest faces in sci-fi not being in your little new movie? I'm not into it. I'm not happy about it. And I want it, rectified as soon as possible. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, if he did something fucked up, tell us. But otherwise, blaming it on the video game is very damn not it. Like, that is not a reason to say, oh, well, somebody had this character arc in a video game, therefore we will never do anything that might contradict that in the movie. What? No.
Let's not be stupid.
Do you know how many different versions of Super Mario there are?
Mm.
And they all coexist in the same world. All of them different from one another. And yet...
And I will say 9.5 times out of 10... You're saving a princess. The same princess.
The same desperate white bitch, yes. And yet niggas buy every new game. So
Bowser falls into like a huge pit of lava at every Mario game, and then he comes right back like it was nothing. And you niggas buy the same 2K, it's the same Madden.
Every NBA, every year. I don't want to hear it. Every year, right? So do better.
But The Matrix Online was also a complete failure.
Oh,
so
damn.
I don't even understand how anyone would reference that as an excuse for Morpheus not being in this movie. Well, but girl, as I said, I already don't want to see it. So,
okay. Well, we'll let that be where it is. Like I said, I have a letter this week from a Whole Foods employee who just wants to be known as that. So it says, like I said, I work for Whole Foods Market, and I have been working since day one of this pandemic, and so much bullshit has happened since this shit started. But I want to focus on one particular incident. Back in June, Amazon created an inclusion task force in response to the Black Lives Matter protests. They claimed that they started it to bring awareness to the issues that are important to Black and brown employees during this year or whatever the fuck. I was hesitant at first because this just seemed like a ploy for the company to save face, but I decided to give them the benefit of the doubt. Fast forward to the introductory meeting, and now there have been cases at a few stores where mainly Black employees wear Black Lives Matter attire like shirts or masks, and then they are confronted about it by leadership in the store and asked to remove it or told to go home. In some cases, people were actually fired, and this has prompted protests and walkouts at stores around my area. When one of the regional managers who was leading the meeting and is also Black was confronted about these incidents, he said that Black Lives Matter was, quote, too strong of an opinion. This came from a Black man's whole ass mouth at a meeting about the concerns of Black and brown employees. How is it that saying that my life matters is too strong of an opinion for your lily white customers to swallow? How is saying that my life matters is too strong of an opinion for a company who loves to boast about how diverse it is? My Black ass has been putting my life on the line since day one of the pandemic, and I barely have anything to show for it. Amazon gave us a cute little $2 raise for 2 months until June and then took it away because they thought the pandemic was subsiding. This was also brought up at the same meeting, and we were told that the company has no plans to bring it back and that they didn't have to start it in the first place. I hit up that union so damn fast that it's not even funny. But anyway, to make a long story short, I'm talking to a reporter now to expose all the bullshit going on in this company, and I am looking for a new job. I've had enough, and so have my coworkers. I'm tired of working for a company that doesn't see my life as valuable, despite acting like they do by putting BLM on every platform they own. Fuck Jeff Bezos to the moon and back for not doing more for his employees while he is making record-breaking profits every day, and fuck Amazon and Whole Foods for doing the bare minimum to help protect their employees. Thank you so much for everything you are doing. You guys are a major help to all of us through this pandemic. Thanks, a fed-up Whole Foods employee.
Wow.
I knew situations, like I knew the circumstance and all that at Amazon and the distribution centers and Whole Foods, just the cashiers and the fucking people they have had to deal with since the pandemic started. I knew it was bad, but I did not know Jeff Bezos took that little $2 pandemic pay raise away from them. I definitely thought they were still making that. And to hear that even the black people in leadership positions are like, you niggas need to sit down and stop coming to me with all that crazy shit. Like, that's too much. That would actually be too much for me to handle. Like, this white billionaire being a greedy son of a bitch and making more money off of our labor while we literally pray that we can pay rent and keep the lights on. Like, sad to say that is how America has operated for a very long time. So I'm entirely too used to that. But to have this like meeting about it where you expect to get feedback from employees and to say something like, well, Black Lives Matter is too strong of an opinion, just lets me know that you have no real idea about what's going on for black people. Like, you are completely, even if you are black, you are completely disrupted from what day-to-day life is like for the most of us. Because how could you say something that goddamn stupid? There is nothing strong. There's nothing overwhelming about Black Lives Matter. That's not controversial. Black people's lives matter. This isn't an earth-shattering statement. The fact that a black man made you feel like y'all was asking for too much to be able to wear a fucking pin or a t-shirt or a mask that says Black Lives Matter when your black ass is sacrificing your life to ring up these white people's overpriced groceries. The least them white people should do is let you wear that shit. They should be bowing at all y'all's fucking feet, tipping you niggas $20 for every transaction or whatever. Like, y'all are not asking for anything that would be considered absurd or outrageous or too much, especially given the circumstances. So yes, fuck that ridiculously rich, incredibly selfish and greedy white man for what he is putting these people through. And yes, I personally have stopped shopping at Amazon unless I absolutely cannot find it nowhere else. But I am just one person, and Amazon has their hands in too many different pots, in too many different ways for it to be left up to individual people to take Amazon down. We could all stop shopping at Amazon and they still host like 60% of the fucking internet. And Jeff Bezos owns all this other shit. Like, his tentacles are in too many different places. It's like all these big energy companies blaming us for our carbon footprints when it's like, or you niggas who are contributing to like 80% of the world's smog and fossil fuel like shit being all in the goddamn atmosphere. Maybe you niggas could do something. Like, yeah, I don't have no problem doing my part, but there are people in major positions of power who have all kinds of capital and shit that the rest of us can't even dream about, who could be doing a lot more and simply won't because they greedy and they don't care if we die in the process. So I'm proud of you for reaching out to the union. I hope something comes of that. I hope you find a job that values you and the work that you're doing. But I understand that niggas are doing the best they can. You working where you can get hired. In a lot of places, Amazon is the steadiest work you can fucking get. So you stuck between a rock and a hard place, and all of it is trash. Burn every last bit of this bitch down. Amazon is oppressing niggas and is niggas' only hope in a lot of fucking places, in a lot of fucking situations. And it was the same situation with Walmart in the 90s. Where Walmart came in and shut down every other local mom and pop business that might have been selling anything fucking similar, and then at the same damn time employed the whole fucking town. It's same shit, different decade. And I'm just over it. I'm fucking over it. Fuck that man. And thank you for writing that letter. And I'm done. That wraps up this week's episode of The Read. Check us out on social media at This Is The Read. On all platforms. Our website is thisistheread.com. Anything else before we get out of here?
Yeah, the 3 things that made me happy this week are non-dairy ice cream. I forgot that there's ice cream that doesn't have dairy in it.
Oh, yeah.
Which is great for my my stomach that betrayed me so heartbreakingly a couple of years ago. A game called Spiritfarer which is my new obsession, and you should absolutely play it. And it's like one of the best games ever. And it's like Breath of the Wild mixed with Animal Crossing, but instead of having your community on an island, it's on a boat that goes around to different islands and collects stuff.
Oh, how fun.
And it's also presented kind of like in the style of a Disney movie from the 90s. It's really good. You should play it. All of you should play it. We're playing Spiritfarer as a family.
Okay.
Last but not least, I don't know. I don't think I have a third one.
Well, all right.
Well, that's it then. Well, Link's haircut is pretty fun, and how much she hates it is fun too.
Did you post this on her?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
posted a picture of it.
We need to. The people demand to see it. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, we will see y'all next week.